Welcome to Bronc TV News. I'm Carlos Fidelis.
And I'm Andrea Fuentes.
And we're here live at the Science Complex.
Thank you for tuning in to the final Bronc newscast of the season,
where we show you what you want to know
and what you need to know about what's going on around campus. Miss America, Miss USA, and Miss Rio Grande Valley. These are all familiar beauty pageants. But what about Mr. AST? Well, Lisa Chapa has more on the story of this beauty king pageant that occurred on campus.
It was not your average night of pageantry, as the ladies of Alpha Sigma Tau held their annual Mr. AST pageant. 6 UTPA male students competed for the opportunity to represent this sorority.
I decided to enter the event just to show support for the ladies of the sorority. I'm thinking it's a good way to have different people from different organizations come together and work for a good cause.
Last year's winner, Luis Guzman, told Bronc News what his year as Mr. AST was like.
It's been a great time. I got to know a lot of the sisters throughout the semester. Got to know even better at social events along the way. AST is a very prestigious sorority here on campus.
They also competed in casual wear, formal wear, swimwear, and even an optional talent competition. But they didn't get off that easy. They also had to answer an onstage question ranging from social to school issues. In the end, Roger Salinas was crowned Mr. AST 2008-2009. Reporting for Bronc News, I'm Elisa Chapa.
One of the biggest events held here on campus at UTPA is Pan American Days. Pan American Days gives a taste of international culture to our students here on campus. Our very own Vanessa Chavez has more on the story.
The Pan American Days has come and gone for another year, with 4 days of events featuring speakers, performances, and exhibits. April 14th through the 17th, the celebration gave students, faculty, and the community a chance to learn about current Latin American issues. Various panel discussions focused on immigration, border violence, and the border wall. The films Un Poquito de Tanta Verdad and Border Town were featured as well. This culturally enhanced week, which was sponsored by the Office of International Programs, was one no UTPA student should have missed. But if you did, there's no need to worry, because it will be back next year. For Bronc News, I'm Vanessa Chavez.
One of the speakers at Pan American Days is Dr. Greg Selber. He discussed globalization and its positive and negative effects. On the story, we have Fernando Martinez.
One of the biggest highlights on the Pan American Days week was the presentation on technology and globalization, the assimilation game by Dr. Greg Selber. He began the presentation by discussing key factors and terms on technology and globalization. He also emphasized the positive and negative effects of it, and concluded with a universal question: what do we retain or become after media carries us into its global culture?
Why? Because not necessarily that it reflects the theme of the day, although in a sense Latin America is a part of the world, and globalization in terms of Latin America and Pan America is pretty important.
This is the 7th year that Dr. Greg Selber presents on cultural and humanity issues. For Bronc News, Fernando Martinez.
The Public Relations Student Society of America showcased a clothesline project that shed light on domestic abuse victims. Jacqueline Alvarez has more on the story.
Walking through the quad, students passed several shirts hanging across trees, and although some speculated it was laundry day here on campus, the truth was these shirts are part of PRSSA's Clothesline Project. Over 5,000 communities across the nation participate in the Clothesline Project each year. The project started as a way to help anyone who has been abused or assaulted speak out.
I got involved in this because I think it's a way of just letting people know that, you know, that there is people around us that need our help, that need our encouragement, that, you know, they need maybe someone to talk to, and, you know, just so that people can know, hey, you know what, like, you can survive this, you can come through this and move forward.
It helps people. You pass by and you see what's going on, you find out what it's about, and it lets people know, you know, if there's something going on in your life or in a friend or a family member, that there is help out there. And we have several pamphlets out there letting you know about different places you can go to for help, things like that. So that way you know you're not alone. There's other people who go through it, and it can end the suffering.
PRSSA urges anyone who wishes to participate in the project to not be afraid and know that their confidentiality will be kept.
What you do is you come out to our table and just let us know that you would like a white t-shirt. No questions asked. You know, we give you the t-shirt. You go out to one of our tables, either to our right or left, and have some private time alone. and just get a Sharpie, markers, whatever, and just express your feelings on the shirt. Also, we will not know, or we won't disclose any information as to who the shirt belonged to, so it'll be anonymous. So it'll be a way of just putting it out there, and just having your feelings out there so that other people can see without knowing who you are.
This year, the project was made possible by A&L Athletics and McAllen Sports, who donated all the shirts used. PRSSA will continue promoting awareness for abused and assaulted survivors. For Bronc News, I'm Jacqueline Alvarez.
First-year head coach Dennis Darling, a former Olympian, has the UTPA track and field team on top of their game. In a recent track meet at Texas A&M Kingsville, the Broncs had many standout performers. Senior Ruben Cantu sparked the Broncs with a second-place finish in both the 100-meter and 200-meter dash. In the shot put, Oscar Barrera posted a personal best 136.06 feet in the discus. Melinda Sarmiento and Bethany Anderson finished 5th and 6th, jumping 5'2" and 5 foot, respectively. Jamison Strachan posted a first-place finish in the 400 meters with a time of 48.88 seconds. The Broncs have 2 more track meets before regionals and hope to add many more qualifiers to cap off what's already been a great season for the Broncs.
When soldiers return home from serving our country, they are given a limited amount of time to visit their families before heading back overseas. Johnny Hinojosa took the time to speak to one of our Bronc News reporters, Patty Montemayor.
I had the opportunity to speak to PFC Johnny Hinojosa from the United States Army. He took time from his R&R, which is rest and recreation, to speak to us on campus. What is your motivation when you're away from home?
My motivation is to take online classes so I can finish my schooling, and to take other classes to do good on the board, the U.S. Army board, to get promoted. That's what I do to get motivated over there.
Okay. And since you've been home, what are some of the things that you've been doing?
Well, taking my mom to go see my grandmother, and visiting family and friends, going to the theater because we don't have theaters over there. I'd like to say hello to my battle buddies out in Iraq.
For Bronc TV News, I'm Patty Montemayor.
Dionisio Rodriguez, a sophomore here on campus, just released a new album, Last of a Real Breed. Vanessa Chavez has more on the story of this local rap superstar.
Once sophomore Dionisio Rodriguez hits the stage, he becomes Nuni, 20-year-old rap superstar. Born in Monterrey, Mexico, his cultural background and love of music have helped him create an original sound.
I just decided to make something completely different, put a mesh of my Mexican culture with the rap culture, and just make a big blob of things, and hopefully it comes out good.
With a new album, Last of a Real Breed, new music video, and working hard to get a single on local radio stations, it's no surprise his phone is constantly ringing.
It's actually kind of hard because I have, you see, there's probably somebody calling me right now for some sort of show or something.
For more on Nuni, check out myspace.com/NuniMain. For Bronc News, I'm Vanessa Chavez.
Well, Andrea, that concludes our last newscast.
Yes, it does, but don't forget to check us out on youtube.com, type in Bronc News, or you can check out our new website, www.utpa.edu/BroncRadio.
And a special thanks to all of our members of our newscast. We couldn't have done it without them.
We also want to send a special congratulations to Nikki Altamirano and his fiancée. Nikki is actually our news director and is behind the camera as we speak. We wish both of them a very, very happy wedding in July.
Way to go, Nikki. And thank you for joining us here at the beautiful Science Complex.
I'm Andrea Fuentes.
And I'm Carlos Mireles.
See you next season.